I've found inner healing for myself, and I'm on a walk of inner healing. And I have so many people that pour into that and are walking alongside of me to grow me up into that woman of God that I was meant to be. Hi, my name's Ashley, and I would like to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I grew up in a broken home, similar to a lot of people. My mother was not there. She left when I was 3, so it was just me and my dad. When I was 12, I became rebellious, and I felt like the streets were safer than home for me. So I was often a runaway. So that was my life for a couple of years. And then I got pregnant at 14, very young, had a baby, had a son, and then 2 children followed, my 2 daughters. I began to use drugs, hard drugs at that point. My life just fell apart. And I was in and out of prison for many years. I lost my children before that, and that really broke me. You know, I was addicted to drugs, but I love my kids, and I just couldn't see a way out. As I continued on a downward spiral in my life, I continued to go in and out of prison. And through that time, I met a man named Jesus, and he changed my life, you know? And I'd like to say everything went wonderful after that, but I stayed sober out of prison for 2 years, which was more than I had ever done in my whole life. But I opened up the door to sin in my life through a man, and I fell. And when I fell, I started running again. You know, I was always a runner in my life. I knew that I was getting near the end of my sentence, so I had been, you know, seeking God about where I should go. I told him that I wanted to go where he wanted me to be, and that was it. No, I didn't want to try to manipulate anything. I wanted to be in a place where he wanted me, you know. I was done trying to run the show in my life. As I had been praying, the chaplain for our program came into the dorm. Or in the day room. I was in a faith-based dorm, and they introduced us to a program called Lifeway Haven. And I discovered that you guys offered everything that I could possibly need to, you know, have a healthy and successful transition into life. So that led me to Lifeway Haven. When I got here, I knew that this was where I was supposed to be. I felt like God had just opened up heaven and poured a little place out for women coming out of prison, you know? It was just so peaceful, and people were so welcoming and loving. I felt safe, you know, and it was great. You know, it came up that we could choose the 1 or 2 year program, that things were changing. I chose the 2-year program. You definitely have more responsibilities in the 2nd year. We're always thinking entrepreneurially here. You know, that goes in the 1-year program or the 2. But 2-year program, if you wanted to start your own business, you could definitely have, you know, get coaching in that area. Like right now, I'm getting some coaching in that area, and you are more focused towards, you know, just leadership, managerial skills, along with, you know, more responsibilities go with that. A typical day at Lifeway, we get up for breakfast. After breakfast, we clean up, and then we get to, you know, have some time to ourselves as we're getting ready for our day. And that's, you know, we use that however we like, praise and worship music in my room, you know, just kind of get things together that maybe I need to get together for the day, and think about what all we're gonna do today. We start our day, of course, I start my day with you, and we usually have a list of what we want to accomplish for the week. And so we'll go to that list and we'll see what we can do today or that day. We do a lot of hands-on work, and we also, from time to time, you will do service work. If someone needs us, we might need to go and help them. We helped Dorothy with her sink last week, so that can be part of a typical day at Lifeway. We are sometimes spontaneous and do some things that, adventures. I enjoy the adventures. But, there's structure in our day. We always make sure we break for lunch and we eat together and as, a family when we eat. We may have a Bible study in the evening times or a study that we're doing. By the time we're ready to go to bed, we're tired. It's a good tired. Yeah, we've accomplished some things for the day. The flower beds is my favorite because Sarah and I and we worked on that as a team together, and we really brought teamwork into the middle of it. We had fun doing it. We were challenged, but we still met the challenge, and we did it with great attitudes. And even when we made mistakes, we were like, okay, yeah, and we'd start over and we'd do it again. And it was okay to make mistakes, and we learned a lot. And I think we bonded a lot. But the cottage has been my favorite. Remodeling, as far as like what I'm putting my hands to and learning, because I have learned so much. And I love taking something that's maybe old or decrepit and turning it into something beautiful. And, it's for God's glory. Everything that we do here is for Him. So it's really neat to be able to see those things come to life. Independence is something that I'm learning, I used to think I was very independent, but I'm learning now that independence, real, like structured, healthy independence looks different than what my independence looked like. Mine was kind of like protection, like survival, living like that independently. Now I'm learning how to, balance a checkbook, budget, live with people, and be, solid and no codependency. And also just, walking towards my complete independence. And, we're doing that in just the right way as far as transition. The way that the volunteers have impacted me the most is their true dedication and love to each and every one of us that have come to Lifeway. I found true friendship, and I have found inner healing for myself, and I'm on a walk of inner healing, and I have so many people that pour into that and are walking alongside of me to grow me up into that woman of God that I was meant to be. As far as the generosity goes, we're always looking for ways to give back to the community, not just to the community, but to, our, different organizations, different churches. We always want to know how we can help, and that is deep in our hearts here at Lifeway. I think the best way that we show our Christian faith is the way that we are, the things that we do, that is, that's the best way to describe it. You always want to be able to say whatever you're doing that, if God is watching, He be pleased. That's kind of the way I look at it. And, when I'm on a job, whatever I'm doing in that job, I'm going to do it to the absolute best of my ability. I want to do things with excellence. And it's not because I'm trying to please or fix, it's because I truly want to be, the best I can for the Lord. And that's really what it comes down to for me. Rules are in place to keep us safe and to keep harmony in the house. So I think that I know that they're there for a good reason, and sometimes those rules are sacrificed for us, but that's kind of part of the growing process. We're not going to grow if we're not challenged. I think more than anything, what comes to my mind is my grandson. I have a grandson, and he was born while I was in prison. He lives in another state, so I gave up meeting him, I guess you could say, for the first time to be here. But it's worth it. On the moments or the days where it gets really hard and you feel like you've hit a wall, that is the time to just be still and know that He's God and that you are going to make it through it. You don't have to run. You don't have to self-destruct, that you can just be still and that it will pass. Those hard moments, we'll get through it. And you gotta believe that God is going to lead you down the right path.